Elementary students solve subtraction problems in many different ways, depending on what grade level they are in. Today I will show you some of these strategies for solving 300 minus 214. Second grade students use place value based strategies to solve, like decomposing, which can be used to solve subtraction problems, and this is what it would look like. Place value blocks would be used to solve. First, 300 would be made using the place value blocks. So you'd bring out 3 of the hundreds block squares to represent 300. The student would first take away 2 hundreds to represent taking 200, which we see in the problem. So you would take away 2 of the hundreds to represent taking away 200. This would leave 100. Now the student only needs to take away 14. The student would need to take away 110, but here we see there's only 100 left. So they would trade this 100 in for 10 tens. So you turn this into 10 tens. Which 10 tens is equal to 1 100. Then they would take away 110 from this, leaving them with 9 tens, or 90. From there, the last thing they would need to do is take away 4 ones, but there are not any individual ones, so they would need to trade in 1 10 for 10 ones, which would turn into this. And from these ones, they would take away 4, which we see in the problem right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we only have 6 ones left. And this leaves 8 tens, which is 80, and 6 ones. So our final answer would be 86. 300 minus 214 equals 86. Next up, we have third grade. Third grade students may use compensation with a number line to solve subtraction problems, and this is what it may look like. So first, they would start out by creating their number line, knowing that this farthest number would be 300. And from there, they would take away 200 because they know that 300 minus 200 is 100. Minus 200. And then next, they know that that would equal 100. And from there, they may say that they know 100 minus 10 is equal to 90. And there they know that they have 4 left they need to subtract. So they would subtract that. Minus 4. And this would get them 86. And this is known because if you add 200 plus 10 and plus 4, that would get you 214, which is this number, which shows how we took away 214 from 300 to get our answer of 86. In 4th grade, students start to use the standard algorithm, which looks like this. And so here they would solve first by saying that they can't do 0 minus 4. So they need to take 1, borrow a 10, which they can't do because there's a 0. So they need to go all the way to the hundreds, where 100 will be borrowed and given to the tens, which then a 10 will be borrowed, making this a 9, and then turning this into 10 minus 4, which will get us 6. And then you'd go to the left. 9 minus 1 is 8, and 2 minus 2 is 0. We see a progression from 2nd through 4th grade in a couple different ways. In 2nd grade, they start out by using concrete models like the place value blocks or different manipulatives. Where they move into 3rd grade, they're using more pictorial drawings like number lines to represent their thinking and how they solved. And then in 4th grade, of course, we move to the standard algorithm, which is more symbolic. And there they may also use number lines or use different ways of breaking down the number, like decomposing or compensation, without using concrete models or pictorial models. It's more symbolic with just numbers. And so that's how we see the progression is they're moving from more hands-on and breaking the problem apart using concrete to symbolic. And that's where the major progression is, because in 4th grade, the standard states that they should be using the standard algorithm to solve.